goes because his name is Vadim and Vomit is with a V. So I could just start calling him Vomit instead, which I'm not gonna do. He's still a great person. I just can't help where my mind goes. So once his friend was inside, Pavel jerked the seat back in place and wasted no time settling in and buckling up. It's his car, but I drive. Yeah. He looks like he very much fits into the stereotype that gays can either do math or they can drive. They can't do both. And he does chemistry, so he can't drive. Vadim slid back inside the vehicle, pushing a button on the middle console to close the doors. He placed one hand on the wheel and rested the other on the gear shift. Pavel, do you want to tell me what we're doing? Sasha's lips pressed into a thin line as he set Pavel's backpack on the seat next to him. Ecto is mass-producing NS, the drug we pulled off the streets, so we're gonna pay them a visit. Uh-oh. Reaching forward to check the coordinates on the dashboard in front of them, Pavel's brows furrowed. The GPS should just take us there, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's a jammer nearby, so we'll play it by ear. Sasha watched the projected GPS with apprehension. Okay, they think they can pull the wool over my eyes? Okay, Indigo sent the location, so I assume she knows what we're doing. But does Dima know? No. Of course not. That doesn't matter right now. It matters all the time. Pav, this sounds reckless. No, I was gonna yawn, but I'm good. They might know where Mishka is. Sasha gripped the back of Pavel's seat. Drive, Vadim. Oh. Hey, look, we're standing from tallest to shortest. I really support that notion, honestly. I feel like I'd be standing somewhere between these two. I definitely am taller than this man. I'm looking at his face. He has bigger, he's definitely intimidating because he's short, but I'm also definitely taller than him. I'm definitely not taller than him. I'm definitely not taller than him. I don't know what their heights are, but I know I'm taller than him. And if I look it up and they say that he's taller than me, I'm just not going to accept the reality because he's just short. Vadim said nothing more, just shifted the car into gear and peeled smoothly out of the garage and onto the main road. Oh, wow. I'd be worried if looking out the back of the car or just the front. I don't know where we're looking, but if all you're seeing is road, then something's wrong with the car. Because, like, you should be able to see the scenery. Like, you should be able to see something besides the white dots on the car. Unless your car is like, this is the road. Unless your car is like this, you should be able to see more than that. Then again, it's not that serious. I just feel the need to comment on everything at all times because I can. So Sasha clutched his seatbelt strap as the streetlights flew by. The desolate night roads became darker the further they drove from Strexa HQ, the city skyline now in the rearview mirror. Can you go faster? Seriously? Faster? I feel like we're flying already. Ugh. Going faster in the car is, like, fun, but I'd be worried for my life. I'd already be worrying for my life. I wouldn't trust Pavel to drive fast. Well, I wouldn't trust him to drive, but definitely not fast. The only person in this car who I think could drive fast and not get me killed is Vadim, so... I'm not endangering our lives to shave off 5 minutes. Take a deep breath. Oop, get him. Okay, fine. He looks so angry. Pavel turned around and peered into the back seat, glancing from Sasha to the backpack next to him. Sasha, reach into that bag there carefully and hand me the pistol in it, please. Keep the barrel pointed down. Thank you. Sasha stared at Pavel, stunned. The what? The pistol inside that bag, please. Hand it to me. Eyes wide, Sasha looked back down to the backpack and unzipped it, reaching a cautious hand inside. His fingers touched something cold. It's a gun! He pulled the gun out gingerly as though it were a live bomb. When the light hit the metallic surface of the pistol, Sasha noticed intricate flower designs engraved into the metal. Whoa. Here. Thank you, you're the best. Pavel settled back down onto his own seat and rested the pistol in his lap. You're very much giving, drug lord vibes. Mafia. I'm the mafia, you know? Those are the vibes. You know that yesterday I was chilling in here with my cousin. We were watching TV, and then so I have a Google Home Mini, right? And it's in the bathroom because I like to play music when I'm in the shower. So I just connect my Spotify to it when I hop in the shower. We were both in here. There was nobody else out there. And it just randomly started talking. And it was like, unfortunately I can't call this person. You should sync your contacts. And it did that like 3 times. And we were just sitting here like, and I was just like, what is happening? Because I obviously wasn't trying to sync my contacts to it because my contacts are already synced. And then the same night, my Pinterest was just like, someone tried to log into your Pinterest from Taiwan, so you should change your password. And I was like, oh my god, why does this happen? Anyway, so once I heard that, I was like, yeah, shut the door. Because we have a door, and I was like, yeah, shut the door, lock the door. Yeah. Yeah, let's not do that. That's... My dogs are barking. I'm gonna assume that there's a dog outside. How wonderful. Why does she have 12,000 bubble thingies? Because she watches the stream from her phone. I guess she doesn't use them. She has 12,000. That's so funny. She has 12,000 channel points. That makes me laugh. So Pavel settled back down into his own seat and rested the pistol in his lap. Okay, GPS says we're closing in. Turn the lights off, Vadim. Sasha, stay in the car. Sasha's stomach flipped and he shook his head. The possibility of Mishka being inside that warehouse was enough for him to unbuckle his seatbelt. Boy, if you don't stay in the car like he told you. He has a gun. You don't have a gun. He's trained. You're not trained. No, I'm going with you. Stay close then. Oh, the mask. He's an assassin too. Ah! I'm sorry. He's cute. He has a little froggy thingy on his tie. But Alexis is not cute. Alexis sucks. No, not Alexi. That's what it is. Alexi, not Alexis. Okay. The molecular compound is holding well, especially when we compare it to the original equation. There was this guy I liked when I was like in 5th grade, and my friend, she told him I had a crush on him, so he avoided me for the rest of the year. I couldn't even get him to sign my yearbook, so I sent somebody else with my yearbook to get him to sign it. That's all. The molecular compound is holding well, especially when we compare it to the original equation. Okay, wise guy, what does that mean exactly? It means that the drug is stable and the replication near perfect. Then just say it's working, Emerson. It's working. That's funny. The person in the lab coat held the clipboard close to their chest, absently tapping their fingers along the wooden backing. They eyed the henchmen idly walking about the warehouse, then turned back to Alexei. How many units did Roman request? I don't know. As many as we can make until he tells us to stop? I don't care as long as I'm getting what he promised me. Right. Well, it appears we've got about 5 tons here. If we continue at this rate through the night, we should have an additional 2 or 3 tons and be ready to start distribution as soon as tomorrow. The chemist flipped the paper on the clipboard, scanning the revealed charts. I think Pavel's gonna have a serious issue with the chemist. The chemist might die today. Good. I'll start feeding it out to the dealers. Oh, bang. Bang. Bang, bang, bang. Emerson whipped around and darted behind Alexei, their clipboard clutched like a shield in front of them and their eyes wide. Yeah, use him like a shield. What the? Bang. What was that? Vadim reloaded the gun and pointed the barrel toward Alexei.
Somehow I'm not surprised to see your face, Alexei.
Oh.
What the hell?
Even after all the crap I've done for you, I'm still not surprised you're at the other end of this. Looks like there's some drama in here. Emerson shifted his stare from Vadim's gum. Emerson shifted his stare from Vadim's gun to Pavel, peering over Alexei's shoulder intently. Ow. Sasha gripped the straps of the backpack on his shoulder tightly, his heart racing. Someone made me a better deal, Pav. You know how this world works. The people of Sobina love your drug. You should be proud. Proud? I don't know why I'm reading it like this. Reading out loud for long periods of time can get tiring, so sometimes I switch up how I'm reading it, just for the sake of entertainment. A panicked henchman near Alexei reached for his gun. Oh, yeah, didn't think that was gonna work out. Sasha watched the man drop to the ground.
Nobody else moves.
Don't take your mask off, you're revealing your identity. Not that your hair wasn't already revealing enough. Sasha's gaze remained fixed on the man's body, writhing on the ground. Hey, I'm sure we can work something out. Don't get shot, boy. Hands raised, Alexei took a cautious step forward. Or do get shot, I don't actually care. Oh. He jumped back, eyeing the small hole in the ground before him. I said don't move. Ooh. Get him, Vadim! Pavel shook his head and snarled at Alexei. NS wasn't complete. It wasn't ready. I pulled it off the street, and here you are defiling it and sending it back out there. And you, whoever you are, yeah, Emerson. They said their name with a hint of embarrassment, then frowned in confusion as Pavel's words sank in. It wasn't ready? Emerson stepped out from behind Alexei. The sample Alexei brought here, I studied it thoroughly. It's really pretty. The pistol looks very nice. He looks a little worried back there. I didn't realize that the back of his head was shaved. I don't like that look on him personally. I wish he had all of his hair. So Pavel reached inside his jacket and whipped out his flowery purple pistol. He aimed the weapon at Emerson, hand steady. They glanced at the pointed gun and took a hesitant step back. The ability to chemically induce euphoria in the user in such a unique way, it's, well, actually quite beautiful. I just don't quite understand. What about it is flawed, exactly?
No.
How dare you call yourself a chemist? You take my project, my equations, my work, an imperfect product, and smear your stuff all over it. Sasha quickly looked away. He'd seen enough people He'd seen enough people shot tonight to last a lifetime, and he didn't want to see another. Don't be a pansy, Sasha. Look them in the eyes. And you both thought you'd get away with it? That I wouldn't see it? Ugh. Fix yourself. But Pavel, it's not imperfect. Your drug works. No, it doesn't. That drug failed. It was just as addictive as the others. It completely failed. As addictive? What are you trying to... Cut the small talk, Emerson. Come on, Pav. We can be reasonable. I've worked with you all of these years. You know me. Pav tightened his grip on the pistol and adjusted his aim. The barrel now pointed directly at Alexei. Who'd you sell out to? I didn't sell out to no one. Sasha, you want to vouch for me here? No. Where's Mishka? What? Where's Mishka? Sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. He's lying. Pavel cocked his gun. Answer him. Yeah, answer my question, Alexei. I don't know what he's talking about. Pav, you know I only had the success of drug in mind. No, you only thought about how much money you could make. You betrayed my trust, my product, and my vision. Who are you working for? Who cut you the deal? Roman. Alexei, don't. Tell me now, or you're gonna die. Pavel glared between the two. Keeping the gun pointed forward, he held out a hand towards Sasha. Sasha? Sasha looked up at Pavel, eyes wide. What? Open the bag. Oh, what's in the bag? Sasha let the backpack slide down his shoulders enough for him to open it. He pulled the zipper so fast that it jammed, but it got free with a few frantic tugs. Now take out the tube that's in there and crack it. Sasha reached in and pulled the tube out. It looked like a road flare. It took a bit more force than he'd expected, but he managed to crack it against his leg. Once he'd heard it start to fizzle, he handed the stick off to Pavel. Uh-oh. Is that? Do either of you know what happens when potassium permanganate and glycerol come into contact? Oh, say, in a tube-like container? Is this a bomb? You have 3 minutes to get out if you don't want to burn down with the lab. Pavel wound his arm back and tossed the tube onto the lab tables nearby, their surfaces covered in documents and newly packaged drugs. Horrified, Emerson lunged towards one of the table and desperately tried to shove the baggies of NS into their coat. Ooh. 2 minutes now. Go. Uh-oh. Emerson recoiled and dropped the supplies when the bullet grazed their shoulder. Panicked, they retreated, holding their wound as they stumbled towards the exit and disappeared. Flames leaped from the now burning tables, and large clouds of smoke began to fill the room, rising toward the ceiling. Screw this. Despite Pavel's 2-minute warning, the chemical fire had already started to engulf the lab equipment. The flames roared higher as they burned the NS. The moment smoke was detected, the alarm system went off, echoing loudly across the warehouse. Pavel reached into the bag on Sasha's shoulder and pulled out a second tube. Cracking it on his leg, he threw it at another table. Smoke continued to billow toward the ceiling, large plumes towering higher and higher and becoming darker and darker. Pav, Sasha, we have to go. Now. Whatever you say. Pavel grabbed for Sasha's hand and wound his finger around his friend's. Without another word, he tugged Sasha along after Vadim. Yay. Breaking into a run, the three of them hurried back to the car. Uh-oh. It's Ada, the one who stole my husband. You homewrecker. It's, I'm so freaking hungry. This is an hourglass, but with water and whatever the blue stuff is. I don't actually know what it is, but it's not sand. But it goes the opposite way of whatever's in there. You see? I got it from Great Wolf Lodge. If you can read that. Got it from Great Wolf Lodge. I don't think you can see it. You really can't. I'm just kind of an idiot. Wait, I got you. Yeah. Yeah, you can, ow. You can totally see it that time. I am so hungry that I'm like dying. It feels like, why am I always so hungry? Will this Oreo fix all of my problems? I don't really have that many Oreo slaps. I ate an Oreo yesterday and it was like soft and it was just the worst thing I've ever experienced in my life. That's my personal opinion, of course. She has 12.7 thousand points. I'm dying. Ada watched from the safety of a nearby roof as workers ran from the burning building. The warehouse groaned with the shifting of hot metal and wood. Unfazed by the roar of the fire, he kept his gaze locked onto the warehouse entrance. What, you're gonna kidnap me next? When 3 more figures fled the building and sped away in a purple car, Ada disappeared. Vadim blazed down the highway at breakneck speed, the purple sports car weaving between lanes with expertise. His fingers were tight on the steering wheel when he shifted gears and sped up. Why is he going even faster? We're gonna have to talk about this. Pavel, who was typing aggressively on his phone, stopped and looked up at Vadim. Sasha sat in the back seat staring at his hands in silence. Yeah, I would too, because, like, that's an awkward position to be standing in. I don't know what was going through your head back there, Pav, but that was uncalled for. Stopping Ecto from distributing my drug was uncalled for? No, but I wish you would have told me what we were getting into. You burned a building to the ground on an impulse. Pavel's hands gripped his phone tight. I had no choice. It'd be better to burn a dozen warehouses down than let that drug back into the city. If Ecto had distributed the drug, I understand what was at stake, and you still should have told me. We'll talk about this later. That's awkward. Okay. He looks so sad. Silence filled the car. Oh. That's so embarrassing. The weight of what just happened felt heavier on Sasha's heart by the second. Alexei was there that night at the club. There's no way he isn't connected to all of this. But it doesn't make any sense. He said he knew nothing. Was he lying? He's lying to some extent. Like, I think he's telling the truth, but he's also lying. So, like, I think he doesn't know that much. Like, I don't think he knows where Mishka is. But he's the one who told the people that Mishka was there in the first place. So there's no way he doesn't know what happened, I feel like. You know? Sasha laced his fingers and squeezed them tight, bringing them together while he stared out the window. Sasha. Sasha turned his head towards Pavel, who was staring at him over the front passenger seat with concern. Are you okay? No. Alexei, he didn't know anything about Mishka. I thought we were getting closer to finding him. Sasha felt his chest tighten, nausea stirring from his unsettled stomach. We are.
Ugh.
What do you mean? We don't know anything. They were mass-producing NS, and we caught them doing it. It's not a far reach to think they kidnapped Mishka, too. I still don't understand. What would they want with Mishka? They probably thought he interfered, or maybe he found something. He might have posed a threat to them. They're just trying to get to Dima, right? That's what it looks like Roman is saying anyways. Mishka was in the room with me when I dropped off the NS drug. Hell, are you good? Alexei was lying. He had to have been. Mishka was in the room with me when I... Oh my god. Sasha's voice wavered. Suddenly he felt his throat tightening, his heart racing almost as quickly as his thoughts. Are you realizing that it's your fault that Mishka got kidnapped? I asked him to come with me that night. If I had just gone alone. Sasha, this wasn't something you could control. Yes, it was. But he wasn't supposed to be there. I'm the reason he was there. He didn't even want to go. You're not the reason Mishka was taken, and you're not responsible for the choices other people make. So please stop punishing yourself. That's not gonna fix anything. We will find Mishka, whatever it takes. What if it takes murder? The car grew quiet. Sasha's hands curled tightly around the hem of his shirt. I'm in way over my head. Sasha's brows furrowed as he watched shadowed trees pass outside his window. There's gotta be another way.
Take me to Dima.
Take me to Dima. Oh, I thought he was... Okay, I'm ready to talk. What if Dima doesn't want to talk to you? I wonder how many hours this game has. Like, for... What is, like, the runtime, I mean? Like, not counting playing it back or whatever, like, how long does it take to play the game? Just once. I feel like it's another, like, several hours situation, you know? Okay. Did not intend to do that. Yeah. So. I don't know what to do, man. What are we even gonna say? Please don't kill me? That's all you really can say. I think your life's in danger. I'm trying to get comfy. Okay, that was a weird noise. Lifting a hand to rub at the soot stains on his cheek, Alexei paced back and forth outside the executive office he dared not to go into. I'm gonna need this bag later, because I'm going for a drive. Lifting a hand to rub at the soot stain... I already read this. Yeah, I already read that. The truth? The chemist placed a cloth to their shoulder, wincing at the stinging sensation. Are you stupid? Oh. Disbelief crossed his face for only a moment while he ran his shaking hand through his hair. The whole thing burned down. We can't cover that up. I can't cover that up. God damn it, what are we gonna do? Okay, no, shut up. I think I got it. Yeah. Okay, I'll just tell him it was an electrical fire. That stuff happens, right? Yeah, but, I wouldn't accept that personally. Sure. You don't say a freaking word, got it? Not a single freaking word. I got this. I'll handle this. We'll be in and out and it'll be fine. You're gonna die. The echoing sound of approaching footsteps down the hall stopped short of the two outside the office. Hey, Roman's looking for you guys. He sent me out here to find you. Thanks, Riker. Okay, let's go. Right, well, good luck. Turning on his heel, the tall red-haired man started back in the direction he came, hands deep in his pockets. Alexei opened the door by grabbing the handle and leaning against it. He stepped inside and left enough space for the chemist to follow behind him. Is that so? Aiden nodded, clasping his hand behind his back while he stood near the chair Roman sat in. Oh, well, looks like you're not even going to have a chance to defend yourself because Ada already told on you. His gaze flickered to the door as it opened. Roman leaned on the arm of his chair, his hand partially obscuring his mouth. Oh, he painted his nails. His gold doesn't even look like gold. It looks like he put yellow, like, string around his wrist and neck and fingers and ear. He's wearing yellow string. Roman leaned on the arm of his chair, his hand partially obscuring his mouth. His glare was cold, dark eyes shifting between the two who had just walked in. You're back? Something other than planting happened? Yes. So we went to... Okay, wait. So when we were planting, we found out that the drug that Pav had been making was out on the street, even though he recalled it. So he was upset, and as Sasha, I knew where the warehouse where the drugs were. Drugs, yes. Drugs are bad, yes. Drugs are so bad. So we went to the warehouse, and Pav, he shot a bunch of people, and then he burned the building to the ground. And now, these are the people whose building we burned down, and the two people on the right, the one with red hair, shooting people is also bad. Yes, it is. The people on the right, the one with red hair and brown hair, they are going to try and explain themselves, but the guy with the black hair was there, and he's going to tell on them. I'm pretty sure he already told on them. Arson is a crime? Yes. Shoot them with love. He shot them with intent to murder, so...